is David. David was a well-respected man with social status and wealth. He had a wife with whom he loved dearly. He was a hard-working man, which allowed him to live a lavish life with his family due to the nature of his job. As time went on, David started getting promotions more frequently, allowing him to earn more than he could ever spend. Over time, David became more and more infatuated with money, and greed started to conspire within David. Though it benefited him and his family, it came with its downsides. As more work had been put onto David, he started seeing his family less and less, to the point where he would only see his family every few weeks. As David had gotten greedier, he started taking more work than he could handle, and eventually started to underperform at work. This led him to being fired. Now depressed and ashamed to see his wife, David leaves her and turns to alcohol, each bottle leading to the next.
Hey, are you okay?
Where am I? How did I get here?
John and Sarah, who were puzzled by the situation, exchanged concerned looks at one another.
Would you like some help? You look like you could use some.
How did I get here? Where is my bottle?
Why don't you come to our church? We help people like you.
David then responded back in an agitated tone.
Leave me alone. I don't need your help.
David then stood up and started to walk off. John then exclaimed,
Wait, we want to talk to you about Jesus.
David paused, but as he was still not convinced, continued to walk off.
We want to help you. Listen to what we have to say about Jesus, and he can save you from your problems.
David, who was still hesitant, stopped in his tracks, but decided to listen to what they had to say. John then explained to David,
People who practice faith can find comfort in times of hardship, support from like-minded persons, and can attain a sense of direction in life. Come with us. With faith in Jesus, you can be saved.
Is it really true that I can be saved that easily? Through faith?
Yes, it is true. Come with us to our church so we can help you.
John and Sarah then took him along to their local church, in where they helped and taught David how to pray. Now David, who had just learned how to pray, began to pray earnestly in the hope that he could be saved from his problems. After a few moments, as David was praying, an unknown figure appeared in front of him and tapped David on the shoulder. David, thinking it was one of the missionaries, looked up and is shocked to see a person he's never seen before standing before him. Jesus looked at David and says,
I hear your cries for help, David.
David, who was still in shock, says to the figure,
Who are you?
The figure then told him,
I am the way, the truth, and the life. I see your pain, your struggles. I want to offer you peace. Come with me. I want to show you something.
After Jesus had said this to David, he pointed behind himself, where David's wife could be seen praying.
What are they doing?
They are praying for you, David. After you left, your family has turned to the church and has been praying daily for your return, despite the fact you abandoned them. I have heard your family's prayers and have come to take you home to them.
I had no idea. I don't understand why they would still pray for me. I abandoned them and have betrayed their trust.
Your greed and selfishness led you astray from what truly mattered. But her faith in me has sent me to you.
You might be right.
David, I have to go now. I have one last thing to say to you, David. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Jesus then began to vanish from sight, leaving David behind. David, seeing the scene, cried out,
Wait, please don't go. Don't leave me.
The missionaries, hearing David's commotion, quickly come to David's side and proceed to wake him up. Sarah then questioned David.
Hey, are you okay? What happened to you?
I saw the most amazing thing. You wouldn't believe it.
The missionaries, understanding the situation, look at one another and nod excitedly. They knew that David had seen a vision in which he had met Jesus. David, now having his faith strengthened, leaves the church along with the missionaries and listens attentively to them, who explains everything about Jesus. After this incident, David continued to cooperate with the missionaries and starts going to the church more frequently, as well as learning about Jesus and eventually stopping his drinking addiction. David, now resolved from his addiction, returns back to his wife, where she happily accepts him back. David's life, which was once overshadowed by alcoholism, had now reached a turning point when he found faith in Jesus, allowing him to break free from his addiction and discovering a renewed sense of purpose. Now guided by his faith, David seeks to help others help others facing similar struggles, sharing his story of recovery and offering a helping hand to those in need. Now a new alcoholic appeared walking unsteadily along the street. This man was an alcoholic who had also lost his job in a similar way to David. David, who was also walking by, spotted the man, and after seeing him in a similar position he was once in, rushed over to help him.
Hey, are you alright?
Everything is just fine.
Are you sure? You look like you need some help.
I don't need your help.
I know what it's like to go through this. I was once in your shoes. Come with me, I can help you. With faith in Jesus, you too can be saved.
Now while they were talking, two disbelievers who were going by heard what David had been saying to the alcoholic and decided to ridicule the two, saying,
What a joke! You really think just faith in Jesus could save anyone from this mess?
Michael then added on, saying,
Yeah, these missionary people should mind their own business and stick to their fairy tales.
David, concerned by what they had said, looked back at the alcoholic and decided to continue helping him. David then said to the pair,
I understand you guys may have your doubts, but I myself have experienced my own transformation through faith beyond my own understanding. It was Jesus who showed me a different path from which I was heading towards, and he saved me.
Suddenly, as David was talking to the two disbelievers, a figure appeared before them. David, knowing who he was, fell to the ground in shock, seeing Jesus yet again.
I hear your cries for help.
The alcoholic, who was shocked by the figure, then asked,
Who are you?
Jesus then told him,
I am the way, the truth, and the life. I see your pain, your struggles. I want to offer you peace.
David smiled at the alcoholic, nodding in encouragement.
There's hope for everyone, no matter where you've been or what you've done. God's love knows no boundaries. God's love is so great, it will descend to any depths to save and go any lengths to rescue.
The alcoholic, upon hearing David, knelt down in front of Jesus and cried out,
I have hit rock bottom. I'm tired of this life. Can you really help me? Can you save me?
Jesus then responded back reassuringly,
Yes, my child. I'll walk with you through your darkest moments. I will protect you as long as you continue to have faith in me.
The alcoholic, upon hearing this, stood up and took a step towards Jesus, who embraced him warmly. Rachel and Michael exchanged confused glances, surprised by the scene. Rachel then said to them,
Maybe there's something to this after all.
Michael responded back saying,
Yeah, maybe there is.
As Jesus and the alcoholic stand together, David smiles, having his faith once again reaffirmed. The journey to renewal is not a solitary one. It takes a team effort, and that ties the bond which allows people together to serve as a catalyst for change. It is the people that reach out, the hearts that emphasize, and the voices that encourage that pave the way to change in one another. As well as a team effort for many, the importance of faith in Jesus adds a profound dimension, providing strength, guidance, and a source of unwavering support on his transformative journey. God is good all the time.